Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I have been better. Um, it was 4 days ago, my chicken went missing. Remember, I was telling you about those dogs in the yard and great big old orange cat, almost about 2 feet long. And that was in the yard again last night. And I let my dog out on her chain and she was barking at it. And I don't know. Anyway, I sure wish people would take care of their animals, and it just happened to be on the solstice when they do sacrifices. Um, People that do. My chicken went missing. I mean, I'm not saying that she's gone forever. She came in the yard as a stray, but you know, just kind of weird. Um, the way things work in life, because it was like absolutely freezing out, and I was building her a house and literally about $500 worth of lumber just to build a chicken coop inside my horse's barn. It's got a hardwood floor. It's raised off the ground to keep her warm and insulated with rubber. And I mean, it's top shelf warm for her. So I'm hoping she'll come back. Doug thinks she's still around, and she might be. So yeah, that's the first day I went out looking 3 different times, and I was so tired when I got home. I literally, when they say like on a step there's a landing, and I built a landing there, um, I landed all right. I just got home. I went to lift my foot up on the porch, and I was so tired. My boot caught on the porch, and I went flying over, not quite on my face. Luckily, like with my judo, I kept my arm down instead of out because it might have broke, and it hit my whole side. And it actually didn't hurt as bad as it could have. I got a couple rocks in there and um, some sticks in me and stuff like that, but I was okay. So then the second day, I went out and it was raining, and or no, that would have been the third day because the first absolute day I didn't know she was missing till morning. And so then I went walking up and down the road yesterday, or was it? Yeah, yesterday. And I kept thinking, well, maybe the neighbor's dog did get her, and they heard me calling for her and stuff. And even if it did happen, and they were gone all weekend, and then they pulled up just as I was getting up by their house, and I know they heard me calling for her, but I begged them to keep their dogs out of my yard. But some people don't care, and she might have just got chased off, or she might have wandered off, but the year and a half that she's been here, she's never left the yard. So I just find it kind of strange. And well, I guess time will tell or not. And I was going to ask these people that write Gematria in your Gematria book, would you write my chicken back in my life? Thank you. So anyway, uh, I asked God if he'd bring my chicken back home, but if it's meant to be, I guess it will be. And then my horse scraped her leg, and I had to put medicine on that today. And it didn't really hurt. Well, first I took peroxide in warm water, and when it started bubbling up, she sort of jumped on me, and I got out of the way just in time, and she stopped just in time. She just barely got me with her hoof in her leg because she was just startled, when it bubbled. And then I put a mixture of boric acid and water, and then I soaked it with Epsom salts, and well, it's a sports deal um, for injuries, and then I got some zinc on there, and it looks like it's going to heal pretty good. It's not really horrible, but it's bad enough. It grossed me out. So, I mean, even if something grossed me out, I'm still going to take care of it. But it's just Yeah, sometimes the country life isn't the simple life. Animals do take a lot of work, and when you love them and something happens to them, then especially if you take really good care of your animals and somebody else's animals are being neglected and it inflicts on your life, that's what I've been going through. So I don't want to shoot anybody's animals, but and I'm not going to get another chicken. It's not it's easy as that because I really didn't want her to begin with. I was just taking care of somebody in the middle of the winter that showed up at my house. So thought I'd make a little video here and let you know what had been going on, and then all this was going on, and I had a friend on Facebook get mad at me. Oh, don't talk to me anymore because this person called me when I'm having a really rough day anyway, and I asked the person not to call. I said I don't talk on the phone much. And they were offended. It's like, yeah, well then my heart's breaking. One of my best friends is gone, and so you go be offended somewhere. It's like, yeah, whatever, people. But it just wasn't a good day, so I let out a few good posts around my Facebook page and then told it, not swearing at nobody or nothing, but I did call people morons, and yeah, I called him a moron. I told him he was rude, and he was. So, anyway, so much for that. It's seriously, as far as I'm concerned, people from poor countries looking for a meal ticket over here in America. And this person was like, I'd really like to be your friend. I'd really like to live around you. And I'm like, I can't always be nice. That's, you know, I'm not I'm not pretending. I said if you need something, I can pray for you if you're poor or if you're injured or something like that. I might be able to help like that, but any other way, it's like, whatever. So, yeah. Oh, I know I've been through this before. I've mentioned it, but it's like, yeah, I know I gotta be really careful who I friend because not everybody really cares. So some do. Some people actually really do. So let's see what else is going on. Uh, that's about it. And then, oh, well, yeah. Last night our power went out for 2 hours and it rained hard. It rained almost 2 inches, like in about an hour. And the day before it rained. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain again. And I still have some plants I have to transplant. And then it's going to be like 80 and 90 degrees. So I have to do it tomorrow. I don't have a choice and not sleeping as well as I could, thinking, well, I'll hear that chicken come home in the middle of the night because she would go outside my bedroom window and talk to me in the middle of the night when I first got her, you know. Uh, and if the moon was out, she'd stay out there talking all night long. So I guess I'd rather be awake talking to a live chicken than not have her in my life because she really is a cool animal. Oh, so on the way home from my walk looking for her, I went south and I went north, but when I was coming home from the south direction, there's a curve on our hill, and I saw looked like either a wolf carcass or a German Shepherd, that type of coloring. And I'm like, okay, that really grossed me out. Somebody must have hit that dog on the curve or they threw its dead body out there, one of the two. And that's kind of a dumping ground for the city people anyway. The chicken might have been dumped here. A lot of strays are dumped out in farm areas because they think, oh, well, that's where animals belong. We can't take care of it, so we're just going to dump it on you. And we've gotten animals like that actually many times, and a lot of people I know too have been through that a lot. So then I was looking on the ground, looking for either feathers or maybe even a cool agate. Well, I thought I saw quartz. It would be a milk quartz. We've got quartz crystals that are clear, and then we have rose quartz, and some of them are kind of cream colored. Well, I seen this one about like that. I thought, whoa, that's awesome. Walked up to it, and it was a pheasant egg. So I had a plastic bag in my pocket, and I took it out and wrapped it up in it so I could show Doug what are the chances. I've never seen a pheasant egg in my life in person, only like studying animals and that type of thing, to know the difference between different bird eggs to be able to identify them and that. And so I'm looking for a bird and I see a bird egg in the middle of the road, not squished perfectly all right, but it was cold, so I couldn't like try to incubate it and then feed a baby whatever was in there. I think it was a pheasant. So it's just weird. What are the chances? It's just sort of ironic. So, yeah, it's been a strange few days around here. So, yeah. Oh, that's what's been going on. I'm lucky I didn't break nothing when I fell. It did hurt, but I didn't actually. Well, I have like 3 or 4 bruises from that, plus that bruise from the um uh wood cook stove handle. On I have warming ovens, and it's not in use, but I mean I store pans in it, and then in the top I have plastic bags. Went to grab one and I thought I could catch it. Well, I didn't want it to snap on the hinge because that would break it because it's cast iron, so that would be like treating it roughly. So it went to fall, and I caught it literally with my arm is what happened, and that freaking hurt. So yeah, it's still pretty painful. In fact, that actually hurt worse than falling. So yeah, it's been interesting, interestingly painful, emotionally and physically. So yeah, that's why I haven't been on here. I've actually been a little too preoccupied to do this. So I thought, well, I'm sure people are wondering if I'm okay. No, I'm not. Pray for me. Pray for Chicolet. I don't know if she's out there lost or if a cat or dog ran her off or, because chickens' wings are clipped so they can't fly. So it's not like she can even fly up in a tree to defend herself. So if she was out in the yard and these dogs are out there and I'm in the house, God knows what could happen. And that's part of owning animals too, but yeah, can't free range a chicken around neighbors that don't respect your property. They're like, oh, well, your property is my property. We own it all. That's how they act. They really do. It's disgusting. I want to move so bad, especially with this, too. This makes it like even worse. It's like I could go on and on about people shooting my dog, and Doug had a dog shot, and it's like right in the back of our woods, right down by my creek. My dog got shot playing in her own creek on her own property. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what's been going on with me. So I hope, and I mean, I'm okay. I mean, nothing so terrible that it's life threatening or anything. But oh, something real quick here. There's Robin's Hood made a really good video with an outlook and aspect of like what the key is as far as turning off bad thoughts that really aren't yours, and that's kind of what I talk about too, is like good over here, bad over there. they're both like whispering to you who you're going to listen to, even though you know, talking to yourself or whatever. And, you know, or thinking things or whatever. But really, with that bad crap, unless you claim it, it really is not yours. And it's spiritual warfare nowadays in a big way. So, um, Robin made a good point. He explained it really, really good. He articulated the fact of how to keep that crap out of your mind, like it's like exercising physically, only emotionally, you know, for your mind. And really, really good video. So I can't remember the name of it, but oh, that's what I was going to do. Just one moment. I was going to tell you the name of that station, that app is that watched some good movies was XUMO app. Well, last night I put on Snow White. Well, it wasn't Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And I don't know if this app is I'm thinking they're Scottish or Scotch Irish, somewhere in the UK, the United Kingdom over there somewhere. But and I usually can I identify the um, brogue or lack of it, or you know, their dialect, you know, like the English or the Irish or the Scottish or the Scotch Irish or Welsh, and you know, that type. But I think it was kind of like a mixture of these people and actors, but and I'm not sure who the producers are. I'll have to check it out. I don't know if that whole channel is just, but the couple of stories that I have watched there, well, like for instance, with this, it was just called Snow, um, or maybe no, it wasn't Snow White. It was just called Snow, I think. But it was really cool. I mean, the special effects, they had dragons, and it wasn't the seven dwarfs, it was elves, which was really cool. There was dark elves and light elves. And if you watch it, I won't tell you the story, but um, the quality of the film isn't maybe, and it could be the lighting because they don't have as much sunlight over on them islands as we do in a lot of places. So, except for us around here lately, it's been raining like crazy. It might as well be England. But anyway, yeah, if you want to check it out, I think it's a really good app, and I'm going to check out a few more movies. There's no movie that I have watched that has any filth, any nudity, any cussing in it. The two or three movies I've watched on there, absolutely nothing distasteful. Well, unless you call people getting like their heads chopped off, because that, oh, I would give away, oh, you should watch that Snow White one. You won't believe it. Snow White is not like the princess that she's depicted. It's told as the Grimm's fairy tale it is, and it is an incredible movie. I was impressed. I'm impressed with that app. I'm thinking you might like it too. And the thing about it is a lot of the apps for movies that you'll watch takes forever to load, and then when they do load, they'll have interruptions for like commercials. And this one will load and it'll say your show will start momentarily again after these ads. Might have like 1 second of the ad and it's right back into the show. So what it's doing is just kind of background loading or something. It's amazing, and you really don't have to watch any commercials. It takes about 30 seconds for things to load back up, and they'll have a break and set you right back in place again, and it's really it's a good app. I like it. Movies that I've never seen before, never even knew existed, like sci-fi, every genre, every one. And I wouldn't doubt that all of them are pretty well written if you're looking for new stories or different ways of looking at things too is pretty neat. Really neat. I loved it. I've watched like two or three sci-fi ones on there, or fantasy, whatever that genre, and they do take my mind into another place where it needs to go sometimes. So just to forget about all the baloney that's actually real, you know, or to show stuff that's actually real that isn't baloney or wasn't baloney. That's kind of cool too. So, because like absolute science isn't always absolute. So, yeah, fantasy is pretty cool in my mind, and the special effects were really, really cool. They had some cool dragons on there. So, yeah, and some gargoyles, and the dogs were really neat in snow. Yeah, really cool. So, okay, I'm gonna let you go. I just wanted to say hello. I love you, and thank you for joining me. And I will talk to you soon. God bless your night or day, wherever you're at. Peace.